welcome back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. I hope you are all well and I've had a great day today. It is a wet and windy and horrible day here in Wales, but never mind, we are going to crack on and do some crafting. So what are we doing today? Well, I thought today we would make a little envelope flip book. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know what else to call it, so we'll go with that, an envelope flip book. You will need 2 envelopes. Now, I am using 2 envelopes here. They are the same size, they are the same width, but they are not the same structure. So I've got one here that has a triangle flap, and I've got one here that has a straight flap. That is irrelevant. You can use whatever kind of envelopes you want. You'll just design your own, you know, the way it goes together and one thing and another. This is irrelevant because you won't see it, and but you will, however, need to be able to open your envelope so that you can utilize the flaps. So if you've got 2 like this, that's fine, but ideally you could do with 1 of this style. Does that make sense? This one doesn't matter so much. It doesn't matter if you've got 2 like this or if you've got 1 like this and 1 like that, but 2 like that, it might be a little trickier to do what we're going to do. Okay, so if you don't have an envelope like this, I suggest you make one. Come on guys, we're crafters after all. But yeah, don't let that hold you back. But I know you've all got envelopes. That's just a silly thing for me to say. So, you know, a card envelope, that's what these usually are, these shapes, aren't they? And you'll see now shortly what we're going to do with that. So first things first, we are going to cover our envelope sections. So you'll be very relieved to know I have gone ahead and cut all my pieces, because I know there's nothing more annoying than waiting while I'm picking pieces of paper and then trimming them into shape. I haven't inked them all, didn't feel the need to, but we'll see how we go along. So basically I cut down all of the different sections, and I'll show you now as I assemble them where they are all going to go. And just kind of, you know, as a suggestion, you might want to do them in this order. So first things first, take this envelope apart. Ignore my little washi tape bits. I put washi tape on there because when I unstuck that there, it didn't make a hole, but it made it a bit thin. So I've just, you're not going to see this anyway, but I've just put that back on there just to make it a bit sturdier, and the same way just to cover over that little bit of glue that came off there. But you need to lay this one down flat with the opening out to the left, and then this one you're going to lay flap up facing you so the opening is on the right. And then we're going to simply start off by gluing this onto this section here, and that will then fix this into place so that we've got a hinge. Okay, so let's do that first. It's our first assembly point, and you won't need masses of glue to do it because it's just gumming on what's already gummy. And if your envelope's not gummy, then you definitely will need some glue. Right, to make sure that's nice and straight, and you're popping it on. Just check now it's all, yeah, and it's pushed in as far as it can go. Wonderful. There we go. Step 1. Now, if you do have this annoying flat bit here, I would just glue that down now. Just get that out of the way, because we don't need it. It's not relevant. Not everybody has one, and it's just a bit of a nuisance. Pop that down there, and that's a nice solid now tuck. Now I've cut a piece of paper now that I'm going to place over the top of this section here. Now the only thing that I wasn't able to do, or rather wasn't prepared to do, was to faff about with the opening of the envelope to cover these sections here. So instead I'm going to just run a little bit of complementary, one of those words, washi tape down the side, just to simply cover over that whiteness, just so that it blends in really. So you might want to do that with a bit of washi tape, but it's just easier to do it with a bit of washi than it is to, quite frankly, be faffing about with, you know, trying to get the paper to go around it. That's what I'm trying to say. So, oh, she says, it's easier to do that than be faffing about the paper, and now I can't get my washi tape to go on straight. So there now, look. And you don't need an awful lot because obviously the majority of it will be covered over. So just take it under where it won't be seen. And then cut around then. Because obviously we don't want to washi tape it shut. It's just to cover over the white of that flap. And if I were you, I would tuck it inside. And then you should have a nice neat round edge then. There we go. If I just trim that flush. Covers a multitude of sins, does that washi tape, doesn't it? Here we are. Marvellous. And if you want it really to blend in then just run your dauber up it. No one will notice. There. And then again a little bit over this side. Nice and flush. There we go. Take that down there. Trim that down there. I just realised I've holding my breath doing that then. I was like, oh my gosh, it doesn't come off and I need to breathe. Why do we do that? Bated breath. I was just thinking how annoying that's stuck all over my scissors. Oh, so much for not faffing, right? You've been better off cutting on a piece of paper. By golly. Right, okay. Let's just nip that way. And then I can fold that down there. This washi's going to haunt me now, isn't it? And then fold that round there. There we go. Okay. There we go. Got there in the end. Nice and neat. Now, we're going to stick this piece down here. See now, look, so we haven't got those white bits then, look, because that would have been a little bit stark. I mean, if you've coffee dyed your envelope and you're a bit more organised than I am, great. You won't need to worry about it. But mine haven't been coffee dyed, so I thought I'd just best, you know, just best off in the... Right, let's get a bit of book page so I can... These little strands of washi tape now just keep sticking to my hands. Right. Okay, enough messing about now, Rachel. Come on, we're 7 minutes in. We haven't even stuck the paper on yet. People will be clicking off the boredom. Come along now. Right. Stick that down there. Line it up. Here and here. Here and lovely. Very nice. Oh, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Excellent. Just grabbing a new oohoo because the other one feels a little light. Right, now what I've done now, the other half of this page, I had already used my edging ruler on this, so I thought, oh, rather than waste time, I'm going to just see if it fits in here. So with a little bit of trimming on the top, it ended up fitting in the envelope quite nicely. Because goodness knows we don't want to be looking at that. That's awful. So in that goes, like so. And I have measured it so that this, oh, how nice does that look now? Oh, I love it. But I've measured it so that this will sit proud of the, what is this called? The envelope flap. So when you shut it down, that will be hidden in amongst there, okay? Just going to ink that a second. Okay, so that's the front done. All right, so now we're over to this section now. So the next thing that we're going to do is, I just want to run a little bit of ink across here. We're going to just cover this back bit here next, and then obviously the other side of that flap. So what I've gone on and done was use my ruler again to do this, but I did make a bit of a boo-boo. I did make a mistake, sadly. I don't know how I did it, but I ended up with them the wrong way round, look. I'm so upset. And it was just a bit too short for me to not do anything with it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? No, it was a bit too short for me to change it. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I've done, I've had that under a book for the last 2 hours. It was all crinkled. I'm going to use this and I'm going to place the lace in between the two. And by doing that, it will disguise the back should stick that in right now, actually. Let's do that. Let's commit. Oops. I'm going to stick the back like that. There we go. And I'm going to just trim this now because I don't need the whole piece. But basically, this will sit in between like that. So if I cut, just take these lumpy bits off the back because they're going to get in the way when I'm trying to close the one piece of paper on top of the other. Sorry, I'm not making much sense here, am I? There we go. Right. So if I pop that in between the gap, and then when I close that over it, oops, it moved. That should sit. There we are. And we'll have a nice lacy edge in between our two wavy bits of paper. If that makes sense. Obviously I'll glue it down, but just so that you can see. See that there then? It's quite nice, isn't it? So and you've got that scallop on the one side there, and then the scallop on the inside there. So let's just glue that into place, and then that's done. I'm just going to get my bone folder a minute, because it is important for you to just crease as you're going, because obviously as you add paper in, the creases do alter slightly, you know. There we go. And there's that one there. There we are. Marvellous. Right, let's pop that lace down there then. Try if I can to position this so that it goes in between the gaps. Nope. Here we go. Right, let's glue that over the top. Go, and then we just trim that down. Like so. Excellent. Right, leave that to dry now. So that's that bit done there. That's that bit done there. Did I glue that down? No, I didn't. Oh, right. It helped if I glued that down first. Right, let's glue that into place then. So across the back, down here. Now obviously if you want to utilise any of these bits that we're gluing down as extra pockets, don't forget to just leave one of the openings open, one of the sides open, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to make my actual envelope structure too bulky. So you know, just got to bear in mind what you're going to use it for, but obviously there is the potential to leave, you know, especially on the top I would recommend, perhaps not the sides because it just adds to access issues then, doesn't it? But definitely if you want to add top loading pockets, I'm just going to trim that bit there from that bit of paper behind, just so it all sits nice and flush. There we go. Okay, so the back, what are we going to do with the back? Well, something slightly, I haven't tried this before, so this is new. So the first thing I've done is I cut a piece to go in this section here, and I've cut a piece out of my spring kit that's actually got lines on it because I thought, oh, that'd be quite nice if you wanted to journal on there. So let's glue that bit down, and then that's done. I've had that song in my head all day, River Deep, Mountain High. Oh my goodness. But only like that one section of the chorus. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the song, but when it's just like all you can remember and I just keep doing that last like really high bit in my head, it's giving me a headache now. Do you ever get that happen? It's just like on repeat, round and round and round. There we go. Okay. No, wait, we don't have that happen. We're not all as daft as you. Right, now, what I've done now for the... Oh, actually, should I do the bit at the back first? Let's do the bit at the back. And then that's that bit done as well. Is that hanging over there? But yeah, it is, isn't it? Right, let's just trim that down a second. We don't want any overhang, otherwise it'll get in the way of any bits at the front. Why is that not cutting straight now? All right, it's not... I was going to say, is it my scissors? Because there's washi, but there's no washi on them. That's better. And then just... I need to put my other glasses on, I think. Would help, right? There we go, that's better. That's better. Right, sorry, it's just annoying me because it's hanging over. Any edges you're not happy with, mine, don't ever be afraid to just run a bit of washi over them, just, you know. But I'm just thinking now we'll pop this piece here. I am going to just ink. The reason I've inked in between is because where there's a joint, there's a bit of ink on the white envelope. It's less stark then, you know, you don't have that glaring white edge popping up that everybody can then see because it's disguised under the ink. That's the plan anyway. At least it's hidden away a bit then. Right, let's glue that bit on there. Marvellous. Oh, I've missed the glue on the edge. Most important bit. Pop that down there now. Show us nice and flush at the bottom. There we go. That's not quite square. Oh, it is. It's all right. It's okay. It's fine. The main thing is they're not butting out. See what I was saying about they're not overhanging? Because when you open, otherwise that one piece was hanging over it with that. That's perfectly fine, that is. I'm actually really pleased with that hinge. Okay, so what we're going to do with these sections here, I thought it'd be really interesting to add some flip outs. So I've kept these on and I've made some little socks to go over the folds. Basically I've just taken the scraps I've had left over from the pages I've cut for these. I have just added washi tape. I folded them in half, added washi tape down either side so that the bottom then remains open, just like that. Okay, so it's basically like little mini pockets. And for the size, I've gone on the width of the triangle, just slightly narrower than the base of it, so that when they come down, they will sit comfortably inside, because obviously they've got to tuck inside of here, haven't they? And I've intended for them to be so tall in that one flaps over the other. Okay, so that's all. I'm not going to give you the sizes because your envelope size is going to be different to mine, but they just need to fit like so. Now when you run your washi tape down, don't take it all the way to the bottom. So if you can see, because it needs to go over the last bit. So I forgot the first one. I just trimmed it back, but you need to get that right over the bottom of the triangle. I will glue those on there now. And then we got this one here. Obviously it's got to go on the bottom because it's a shoe. There we go. It's got a little mice and their shoe. And then this side, I've just simply gone, folded it that way, added washi on these end bits here. And again, I don't think I have cut these. We'll see if this one goes all the way down now. But the idea is then that will just simply slide over the top of there, and then will come down like so. So that's the construction of our little envelope flip. Gosh, that wasn't bad time, was it? Here we are. So you've got a nice deep envelope in the front. Open him up. Open the flap there. Open the flap there. Open the flap there. Now this has got loads and loads of potential now for adding lots of extra pockets and things to it. You know, we can put pockets on here, we can put pockets on these, pockets on these, pockets on these. And then obviously I'm going to add an extra little pocket on the back. So I'm going to just nip off and add my extra pockets in, give you time to catch up, and then we'll compare at the end how many pockets we've got. Below. Okay, so I have been away and been a little bit busy, and I have made myself some pockets to go into my little flip folder. So I'm just going to pop those on now. So what I've done is I've gone and used all of the scrap bits that I had left from the pieces of paper that I used to do the covering here. So I've got a variety of different styles and different things. And I'm just trying to think now, I've got to remember which way round they all go. So I've done this one to go in here because I'm trying to bring in a bit of a shabby element about it. So I've just used lots of like scrappy lace bits, and I just added some of them on quite like shabbily to kind of give it a little bit of character, and it'll age it up a bit then as well. So let's just get those stuck in, shall we? Right, let's pop glue down the side of here. It's always great to be able to use up any scrappy strips that you've got left over, or if it's a cardstock or something remaining, especially if you've been doing a project like this. And it's nice then if you can have kind of you know, similar patterns that are left over. Sometimes when working with scraps we don't have much options. It's a case of what we've got, isn't it? But if you are able to coordinate them, all the better, really. Yes. Spot what I just did wrong there. Yes, Rachel, you just glued that upside down. Well done. Oh well, never mind. I had intended those to be the skirt at the bottom, but I've glued the wrong edge. Never mind, doesn't matter. It's on there now. That's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. What I had hoped to do was to kind of add that there, but I was going to have those down there, look, hanging out, but they'll have to go the other way. It looks okay. So I can still get things in and out the pocket. There we go. Right, this one, where did this one go? This one goes at the bottom here, and I've added that there because I was kind of hoping that when it was closed you might be able to see the skirt hanging out of the bottom. Oh, that's slightly long, Rach. Didn't you check that then? Or is it because I'm pushing it over? Maybe. It's good to check these things. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted it to look like. But I'm just going to shave a minuscule off either side because it's bulging a bit. Just hope all my stitches don't come undone now. Oh gosh, that is annoying. They should be alright once I glue it, but even so, I should have checked that. Schoolboy error. Right, okay, so glob of glue, not too much, down the side there. Glob of glue down the side there, and then down the bottom here. Go. Pick it up, and let's pop it on to our pocket here. Just make sure that the card is flush. That's it. And then we leave our little bit of lace then hanging down. Just make sure, obviously, if you've got any excess glue, you wipe that away. so it's not getting stuck. I know that's gonna catch a bit when I open it, but I mean, it's not like it's heavy, it's not like I can't lift it to do that. I just think that to have that extra bit of effect when it's closed will look really cool. Right, so that's that one done. That's that one done. Now this one goes inside of here. Oh, let me shut that up a minute. There, that one's to go in there, and that's just a little side tuck, and I just added that bit of lace there to make it look a bit more shabby. Let's just glue that one down. Marvellous. That one's a bit proud too. Oh, all that preparation, Rachel. Darn it. Thing is, some of these things you just can't tell, can you, until it comes to gluing it down. And then, there we go. When it's in place then, you know whether or not it's going to move. But it can be tricky to tell until that point, can't it? There we go. Right, so that's done there. That's done there. I'm not entirely sure where... I can't remember where that one was going now. I think it goes on this one. No, it doesn't. Now we'll come back to that one because I can't quite remember where it goes. But I know it goes somewhere. Okay, so what I've done now is I've got a piece of that paper under here. There we go, look. And I'm going to stick that on. I've done a little lip and I'm going to just stick that on there. Like so. Again, I purposely left this bit of lace flying loose. And this one here, I've done the same thing. That's going to go there, and I'm going to glue that in place there. And again, I've just left that bit of lace. I might cut that down a bit actually, because that's a little bit long and it's going to get in the way, isn't it? So let's just take that down just a smidge. I want to leave a little bit hanging over because it kind of covers over that area here, but not too much. That's better. Right, so let's just glue here. Yeah, and then here and here. Marvellous. And then just pop that into place there and there. And hey presto. And I just like how that kind of, they're mirroring each other there. So I just thought that was be kind of cool. And then we got this one here. Bit of glue there, bit of glue there. Pop that down there. Now, full disclosure, how long did the whole thing take me to cut out my bits of paper? Probably about an hour in total, I would say, for the whole thing, start to finish. Obviously I haven't filmed the whole thing because I didn't want it to be bored Richard watching me cutting paper. But yeah, I'd say about an hour in total, really. But if you wanted to collage these bits, it'd be even quicker. It only takes you longer, I suppose, because you're cutting to size, aren't you? But there we go. So flappy down there. Just trim that corner. Okay, flap there. Flap there. Flap there. Oh, we're starting to get bulky now. I can feel it. Oh, that one didn't stick. Darn it. Stick down there now. Come along. Flap there. Now, two pieces left. I can't remember which way round they went. I can't imagine. I'm fairly certain that was to go on there. Because it was meant to be a little tuck spot and then you could write on here. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's what that was for. Just cut that thread off there. Glue. Somebody's playing annoying music outside with that thud 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 beat. I can't imagine where because it's tipping down out there. It's been a horrible day today, fair dues. Really horrible. Where's our lovely spring, eh? I don't know. Right. And then I think I must have had, no, I didn't. Do you know what? I genuinely don't know what that's off. I'm worried now because I think I might have done the wrong one. Or I've lost one. No. Oh no, I remember. Oh, I know what I was going to do here. I wasn't going to put one of those there at all. That must be off there. I wouldn't have wanted to cover those up. What was I thinking? I don't know. I don't suppose that we need it, do we? Oh, unless I was going to put it there, maybe. But again, I'm not entirely certain I need that either. There? Was it going to go there, maybe? I suppose it could. I know I was just thinking pockets, if you've got stuff in there and you're flipping it up, is stuff going to fall out? That would probably be safer in there. But that's just going to have more bulk. I think we got enough bulk in here. I think I'm going to leave that as is, to be honest with you. Because it's starting to feel quite chunky. And I actually think I prefer it like that. Yeah, I do think I was going to put it on there, I was. But I don't think I'm going to now. Although that does look quite nice. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? I don't like it. Okay, I won't do it next time. I was thinking it'd make a nice ticket pocket. That's what I was thinking. Or for your words, you know. Yeah, no, that looks okay. There we are. Right. Okay. And then I was thinking on here, we could put a little belly band. And I was going to look for some lace to run down there in some pink. And I've got these two here. Oh, that one's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah, that one's too much, I think. This one's nice, though. And I thought perhaps we could pop that on there like that. And then we could have a nice, but I think I'm going to just put it on a bit of paper because it's going to be really, like, not flimsy, but yeah, it is. It's going to fly about a bit, isn't it? So have I got a scrappy bit long enough? Just hold and put that there. Get the width. Okay. Line him up. And then just want to trim it down. I can't seem to find a pen in this room. Starting to get like our mum's house. I don't know what that's all about. No paper, no pens. Right, here we are. Now, if I stick this on top of here, how was it drying then? Let that dry out a minute without it sticking to anything. If I stick this on top of here, I think I'm going to use Pritt Stay actually, because that's not Pritt Stay, because that stuff's really sticky. Here we go. And then let's pop that at the top. Oops, let's get rid of that bit there because that's a bit bent, isn't it? There we go. Very nice. I think that'll finish that off perfectly. Give our little envelope folder a nice shabby feel. There we go. Yes, Love it. All right. I can't believe I forgot I was going to do that. I literally had a complete blank. And I was like, what was I thinking of? What was I going to put there? I remember. Obviously, always advisable if you can, perhaps just to run a stitch around this, just to keep it in place. But I'm not going to keep you waiting now while I do that. I'm going to just pop this down. There we go. Excellent. Oh, I love it. Marvellous. So, we should have a little look, shall we? Let's fold it all up. There we go. Okay. Oh, how cute is that? I love it. I really love it, actually. So, have I got a journal card or something to hand that I can use just to check out these pockets? No, I have a piece of scrap card. This is great, isn't it? You wouldn't think there was somebody here doing a YouTube video, for crying out loud. Honestly, Rachel, get yourself organised. Oh, here we are. We got a business card. That'll do. That'll do. Right, open up our little flap of our envelope. We have a lovely deep pocket in here. Marvellous. Love that. Don't forget the washi on there. Just watch that and round off. This is your chance now. Let you go over all your the bits that you haven't quite finished off properly or what have you. We've got a bit of lace on there, and then open it up inside, and we've now got ourselves a lovely big tuck space. We have ourselves a belly button here. A belly button? It's not a belly button, it's a belly band. We don't need belly buttons, thank you. And then we've got ourselves another lovely big tuck spot here. We have a tuck spot here. Oh, they are misfolded. We have a tuck spot here. And then we have a tuck spot here and a tuck spot here. Oh, I'm loving all these tuck spots. And of course you could add one there, but I'm not going to because I want to see my little mices. And then close it up. And on the back, writing space and a lovely big, oh, there should be a tuck spot. There we are. Nice big tuck spot down there. Oh, I love it. I hope you like it. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you'll all go and have a go for day 31 of our hashtag 100 days rab. And I'm just going to use a little bit of crimpy steam binding. You've got my teeth in, haven't I? To do it up as a closure. To do it up. Hark at me. Come along now, Rachel. There we are. And I'm going to just pull it down so we can see our little mouses. Oh, because they're so cute. I love this page. There we go. Excellent. Job done. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a comment and telling me what you're going to put into your little ephemera holders. And it would just be great to be able to see the pictures of the ones that you've made. And if you want to share them in the group. As you know, we are running the 100 Days Rab Challenge, and there are going to be prizes for those that post throughout the 100 days. You don't have to do all 100 projects, just have a go. Those that do all 100 projects will go into the draw for the Amazon vouchers at the end of the, the end of the 100 days, obviously. But yeah, it's just great to be able to see what you're all doing. And don't forget to use the hashtag so I can do a run. I type that in, look, and then it picks up all your posts, and I am going to go searching through everything. But have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back to see you all tomorrow. Take care now. Bye bye.